My name is Hannah Carmichael, and this is my Task 1 presentation for CRIM 102. I will be discussing the Adrian Bailey case and his brutal rape and murder of Jill Mager in 2012. The classical criminology theories of rational choice theory and routine activities theory will be defined, applied, analysed and critiqued in reference to this case. Born in Ireland in 1982, Jill Mager moved to Australia to attend university and soon after married her husband Tom. Jill worked as a unit coordinator at the ABC in Melbourne. She and Tom were happily married and were discussing children and buying a house at the time of her death. On Friday the 21st of September 2012, Jill attended a co-worker's birthday party and afterwards decided to make the 5-minute walk home from the club. Unbeknown to Jill, Adrian Bailey, a sexual offender out on bail and parole at the time, began following her and approached her in a laneway. This is where he attacked, raped and killed Jill. Hours after the attack, Adrian returned to collect the body to bury it in the outskirts of Melbourne in a shallow grave. Adrian Bailey was charged a week later with the rape and murder of Jill Mager and sentenced once again as a violent offender due to his history of prior serious offences, as outlined in the Victorian Coroner's Inquest into Jill Mager's death by Judge Ian Gray in 2006. Rational choice theory is based on the thought that people will make rational decisions that put their own desires or needs above the risk or cost of punishment. This theory assumes that the choice to engage in crime will increase their reward and profits and minimize the costs or consequences. Rational choice theory is a utilitarian theory based on economics. The limitations include Lauren and others in 2016 sharing that this theory does not explain all criminal behaviour. It does not include moral values or delve into the social aspects of the offender's life and childhood. This theory also does not take into account mental health or disorders, disabilities, or the influences drugs and alcohol may play. The strengths of rational choice theory include that it has influenced the creation of other theories and is still used in policing today. This theory is often used alongside other theories to create a greater explanation of the offender's behaviour. Adrian Bailey committed the awful crimes against Jill Mager with what can be theorised was full knowledge of the legal implications involved due to his 2-decade-long history of previous crimes, including multiple sexual assaults and rapes. Rational choice theory can offer some explanation of Bailey's decision-making process at the time of the incident. Bailey has served a total of 11 years in prison. Each time he finished a sentence, he was put on parole and reoffended. He was on parole when he raped and killed Jill Mager in 2012. This history shows that Bailey was inclined to act on impulse, without consideration for the consequence. He put his own pleasure or profit before the risk of the cost or re-imprisonment. Having such a lengthy history of rapes and assaults, Bailey may have been of the opinion that he may get away with this crime. His previous experience with the crime and criminal justice system could have had an impact on his rational thought process at the time of the crime, as well due to him being released after serving minimum sentences in prison. Bailey is said to have bluffed his way through a sexual offender rehabilitation course during his time in prison, which allowed him to receive parole earlier. The motivator for Bailey to commit this crime was Jill Mager. Routine activities theory provides a micro-level analysis of the circumstances where and when a crime is most likely to occur. It is a theory of victimization. Therefore, the location and the daily routine of the victim matters to predict how likely or unlikely the crime is to happen. The 3 elements, a motivated offender, absence of a capable guardian, and a suitable target, must all align for a crime to occur, as per routine activities theory. One limitation of this theory is that it does not begin to explain why an individual offends or commits crime. A strength is that it's used with many other theories to help explore offender behaviour. Routine activities theory focuses more on the victim than the offender. Let's discuss the elements of the Jill Mager case that aligns with this theory and how the data explains how Adrian Bailey had the opportunity to commit this crime and how Jill Mager became a victim. Jill Mager left the busy club on her own at approximately 1:30 a.m. in the morning. She walked along a busy street that became quieter with less traffic as it veered away from the clubs and pubs where she started her journey. It was dimly lit only by the shop fronts. Using Felson's suitable target framework, VIVA, standing for value, inertia, visibility, and accessibility, and my interpretations of Adrian Bailey's are shown on the screen. Victorian crime statistics from the time when Jill Mager was murdered show that the moorland area, including Brunswick, had the highest total of criminal incidents. Laneways, streets, and footpaths held the top location for crime to occur. This evidence helps show how the elements of routine activities theory can begin to explain the crime. Unfortunately, one can theorise that all elements align for Adrian Bailey to commit this senseless crime in September 2012. In 2016, Judge Gray deemed Jill Mager's death as preventable. In the finding into death without inquest report, it highlights the changes needed in the Victorian parole system and procedures, especially when dealing with violent offenders. Ideas of possible changes to reduce the risk of this crime happening again include security cameras, adequate lighting down alleyways and on footpaths, increased police foot patrol, and more public transport. Thank you for watching my presentation.